So, I'll just school level.
School level? I'll show you.
Task list.
Yeah. So I've got like I think it's 90% of Jesse's animations for this level in.
Yeah.
So I'll show you now. In fact, I'll show you his animation tree just to show you how much is going on. So I've got all these different kind of seated animations. So a lot of them I've gathered off of the Mixamo website, then I've had to adjust them so that they fit. He now sits accurately in all of the chairs in this level, and I've adjusted all the animations to accommodate for that. So we've got like a general seated idle, one where he's a bit more like casual and laid back, one where he's sort of like looking around, leaning forwards, a couple of other ones, and then one where he just goes like yes, because the teacher offers him the chocolate bar.
Yeah, when he wins the turn.
Yeah. So then I put in a little nice touch. I realised that the body language. Hang on, what is it? Hang on, let me backtrack a second. This is the new Jesse model that I've done. I went
close up to the face, please.
Yeah, I went back and forth with
that's more boy.
Adele, Hazel, and Ina to try and like come up with something a bit more accurate as well. And I modelled him based off of some reference.
Yeah, it's better move the eyelashes.
Oh, the eyelashes are all going. This has only just gone in. But what I realised is, and if I drag, in fact, I'll show you just how big the problem was that I was facing. So this is a scale lineup with every character in the game, and you can see the adults, they're all obviously of adult height, but because the child was so small, he couldn't get on any of the chairs. Like his feet were hovering, and even if I could like just position him so his feet were hovering, he couldn't physically reach up to the desk to then interact with the elements on the desk. And it's the same situation I've had in levels 1 and 2.
They're supposed to be 8 or 10 years old boy or girl. Normally their height is around that. Yeah,
but I have made him a bit bigger. You really won't notice for the most part because we're so far away a lot of the time, and the rest of the time we're either sitting down and everybody's still taller. So we can just pull the camera down a little bit and it'll still look like they're looking up at them.
This looks more like a teenager's height.
It is a little bit taller. I've had to play a bit with the dimensions because any shorter than that and
it won't interact with the
it's impossible to reach anything more than like that far away on the desk because the legs are so short that the torso's lower and the arms end up shorter, so you just can't reach.
Let's look at how it because when he's on his own, we won't notice any difference.
Yeah,
it's only when he's standing beside the adult and we'll see it doesn't really.
So I'll show you the animation sequences I've got in. So I put a little bit of the chair pulls in with him as well. So I figured out how to do a bit of root motion and combine.
I like that part of secondary animation.
It was from the Mixamo, but what the problem with the Mixamo stuff is, he was sat in the wrong position, his arms were in the wrong position for the height of the desk. So I figured out how to take that data and kind of clean it up a little, so his hands might have been there originally and now I can put them there. And that's the end animation there where he's going to push out of the chair really quickly, stand up and run off. Yeah. I just haven't got the running off.
Have you talked to Remy regarding the board game?
I have. Yeah. I've asked him to do it and he said he will. I didn't give him a strict time scale on that, obviously he's got enough on his plate. All these elements are positioned correctly, and if I fire up Maya as well, just to show... I'll show you that in a minute. Yeah, so most of the animations are in for Jesse. All the board game ones are actually in. And if I show you...
The rest is just the standard working stuff.
Yeah. So if I just get rid of this... These are my new dialogue nodes, they work a lot faster.
Okay, good.
So it should now run through his full range of animations. I think it skips a few at the start as well because it interrupts it with the chair slide. So that's the shaking the dice and letting it go.
Did you have to model the dice, or did you get some?
I have a dice model that is done. I just need to finish the texture. I haven't finished putting the dots on it. It's like a 5-minute job.
Okay.
So until then, obviously, I'm not going to have the dice rolling. So the animations are actually all there in terms of the board game stuff, him interacting with it. I just need to hook those in. I was speaking to Ryan earlier, and he was telling me that he's going to send me the file names for all the level 3 audio tomorrow, which means if he's doing the file names, I'm not gonna be that far behind in terms of getting the audio as well.
Oh yes, another thing, he's working on the video. I sent him the short video because we are doing a interview for the
that next week.
Yeah, next week. The video for level 3 is only limited because last week
I'll do you a longer one this week. We'll talk about that in a minute if you want.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, I've had a bit of a breakthrough in terms of like taking Mixamo animations and getting them to fit to the
if we
real world
let him
environments.
stand somewhere else, if we click the chair.
In this level
we
you don't
play George.
Yeah,
yes.
you don't control him in this level. However, it is possible for me to do that, and I'm going to make all the chairs this height, so it shouldn't be any extra work beyond like a few minutes of,
So that's all working. His animation.
Yeah, all Jesse's animation is done apart from doing a drawing one.
Okay.
A couple of emotes, which are just head movements of like.
What will he draw?
He's drawn the second social worker-esque activity that you do. He has to draw the members of his family as animals.
Okay.
And so there'll be like a drawing animation of him drawing.
Okay.
And then you ask him questions about the ones.
Who are you going to do that drawing with?
What do you mean?
Are you going to draw?
Well, I suppose it's only meant to be a 9-year-old, so I could do it. I have the drawing level of about 12-year-old, so. So I've just locked the camera to there for now, and I've been putting my new functions in as well. So these are the new ones, and they're all working really nicely. I was testing them out.
I was asking just because we have illustration kind of course. We might be able to find a student to help, with some drawing.
Why not? I mean, I
if
think
you tell me exactly.
I specified in the script. I did specify. Okay, kangaroo for the mother.
I'll revisit.
Wolf for Teresa, all that sort of thing. So I did pick animals that are related to the characteristics that Jesse thinks of.
But how do you do the animation? Because you need the kind of the process of drawing, do you?
No. So it'll be the classic hand over. So kind of like this.
Okay.
So you
won't see the process. You only
need
the drawing.
Yeah.
I can ask my daughter to draw then. She's
exactly. We don't need any animation there.
Okay.
It can just be
So I'll revisit that script and ask her to provide a drawing of those animals.
Yeah. Just a bog standard A4 sheet of paper, and make sure that they're in box areas. So by that I mean.
Not A4 or half A4, E6.
Can I pour it really fast? I'll watch it as well. But like one animal there, one animal there, one animal there, and one animal there, without any like.
Oh, in one sheet?
Yeah, on one sheet of paper.
Okay.
She draws them on one sheet of paper, but I'm going to do the collision for detecting which one you clicked on as boxes. So the boxes can't overlap. So if there's 4 animals, then they have to be in separate.
That's fine. Whatever she draw, you can always process scale this later.
Yeah, you're right. Of course I can. I'm being silly. I can sort that on my end. That's not a problem. So my priority right now is to finish the board game, because the animations are in on Jesse's side. In theory, you can pick up the dice and roll it, but obviously there isn't a dice to roll yet. There is a model for the dice that could be rolled, but it's not in the engine yet.
So George's animation?
Just the walking around ones. I'm doing him next. I figured because you see the kid, you see Jesse the most, and also I needed to redo his character model. So now that he's done.
Can Jesse sit apply to George with minimum.
I've not
correction.
tried it. What I could do, they share the same skeleton, so if I did...
Yeah, you don't have to change the animation, change the height of the seat instead to fit the animation.
Okay, so what I could do is, so this is what George school, if I change this to Jesse controller and move him like there-ish and turn off his navigation agent so he doesn't try to disappear. Let's see what happens.
Let's zoom in. Oh, that's
Remember that the camera never dips any lower than that anyway, and plus I have control of the camera in these. That's actually, wow. I got that a little bit too.
No.
That's just because I'm looping through every single animation that he has. I put together the animation tree just to demonstrate the animations I've done.
Yeah, so you need to adjust while he's rolling dice, not to. Or probably just move the chair further back.
Yeah, I had to adjust. Oh yeah, it's a bit close, isn't it? But I had to, because obviously George is a bit bigger naturally, so I can have the chair further back. But I also had to move this panel here of the desk inwards, so I had to get the desk back into the ES Max. Because even with the new length, with the new size of this Jesse, he was still far too far back, so I had to push this panel inwards a bit to have him sit behind the desk. But it works really well, and I'm really pleased with this. So the chair and the character are animated as one, but they're different objects, and I just call it through the same thing. So if you see,
I think you can walk much better, much quicker for
you
don't have to.
But yeah, it'll be nice to actually get his sequences in as well. And you'll probably roll the dice from his perspective, I imagine, as well. So it'll be something like maybe from there, that angle or something, and then you click and drag the mouse. So if it's his right hand, it'll be something like that. And you'll click and drag, and the mouse and the hand will shake, and then he'll roll the dice. And
how do you roll the player roll the dice?
The player clicks and drags, much like they do to open doors and curtains.
Then and let
but they
it
just
go.
Shake the mouse and then
shake the mouse and let it go.
And then they just let go.
Okay.
It's a bit of fakery, to be honest. They could just as easily click, but it's nice to have it match the mouse, just like the other interactions we've got. And the way I'm doing it is they almost kind of they're going to pass the dice from one to each other, so they're both right-handed. So Jesse will roll the dice that way, and then George picks it up there, and then George will roll the dice that way.
I think you can do it simpler, because player controls, player play as George. It will be just simpler, just to click the dice and George do this.
Yeah.
You don't have to let the player to do this.
Well,
because George will, the animation will do this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do it. What I might do is, like, if you hold down, he'll keep doing the animation for shaking the dice, but then we can let go. Just a little something.
Yeah, that's kind of nice to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I have to do like a little bit of a dice shake animation anyway. So I'll show you his dice shake animation.
I've seen Jesse's dice shake.
There.
Yeah, that kind of
Quite pleased with that one because that's not a mocap one. So.
Did you not mocap?
That one, no, it wasn't off Mixamo. Although had some success this week. So I was showing Alan, the other PhD student.
Chinese.
I was showing him the workflow for doing
mocap
suit to Mayor to retarget, and it worked. It just worked. And I was like, why is it now working? I haven't changed anything in that workflow, that process at all. And for some reason, I did it like 3 times. It just worked every time. So I can use the suit again in future. And now that I've got more comfortable with fixing mocap data, so for example, all the poses that you've seen, he was sat far too low down, his hands were below the desk, and I managed to fix all that using the control rig. So shouldn't actually be a problem to use the mocap suit for animations in future.
So anybody else in this level? Just these two?
Just these two.
Okay. Dialogue. What's the progress of dialogue?
I've just been putting in some of the dialogue data today, and this is my data structure. and I can trigger animations through this, or I can trigger them manually in there as well. So it's all condensed down into one unit now as well. And if you click this button, it pulls in from there and tells you exactly how long it is, and then it uses that data.
Yeah, you showed me last time.
Yeah. And so
but you haven't actually imported all the dialogue.
No. I don't have the audio files yet, but
you don't need the audio file now.
No, I'm using placeholders.
Yeah.
But I did those in just a few minutes early, so it shouldn't take me long. They'll be in by the end of the week, no problem.
So dialogue.